The title of this presentation is The Effect of DPA on Internal Browning of Cripps Pink Apples. In literature, it is found that DPA suppresses superficial scald and internal browning. Since 2015, we had a higher incidence of internal browning on South African fruit, and the thought was that it might be linked to the fact that DPA is not used for all export markets. The aim of this project was to determine if a DPA application can give you other quality benefits as well. Optimum harvested Cripps Pink apples were used. The trial were done in 2017 and in 2018. Fruit were obtained from both Grabouw and Ceres production areas. For this presentation, only the Grabouw from 2018 data will be presented. There were also 3 sites from each production area. The treatments included a combination of DPA plus RA, DPA plus CA, DPA with a higher CO2 concentration, controlled atmosphere, RA, 1 MCP plus controlled atmosphere at 1 degree, which were included in 2018. The rest of the treatments were stored at minus 0.5. Fruit quality evaluations were done after 3, 6, and 9 months, plus a 6-week RA period and 7 and 14 days at 20 degrees shelf life. This table shows the maturity of the fruit at harvest for the 3 sites in Grabouw. What is important is the starch conversion. For site 1 and 2, the starch conversion were higher than the recommended 40%. In site 3, it was 25.6%. This was the biggest difference between the 3 sites. The graph on the left-hand side shows the total internal browning percentage for site 2. All the treatments had internal browning from 3 months onwards. Both diffuse and radial browning was observed on all 3 sites from Grabouw. The DPA plus RA and the 1 MCP plus CA stored fruit tended to have the lowest percentage of internal browning after 9 months of storage. The graph on the right-hand side shows the percentage radial browning found for site 3. The DPA plus RA and RA stored fruit tended to have the lowest percentage of radial browning after 6 and 9 months. The 1 MCP plus CA stored fruit also had a very high percentage of radial browning. This graph shows the fruit firmness data for site 1 after cold storage. The firmness of the apples decreased during the storage period and during shelf life as expected. The 1 MCP plus CA treatment retained the firmness the best over the 9 months. Senescent scald were found at the DPA plus RA and RA treatments on all the sites after 6 months, 6 weeks and 14 days shelf life. This is just an example of how the senescent scald looked like. To conclude, the application of DPA did not prohibit internal browning development of both diffuse or radial browning. The high CO2 levels did not induce internal browning that could be related to carbon dioxide damage. It is important to remember that a lot of variables were included to induce internal browning. Sites were used which had a historic browning problem, and the fruit was stored at minus 0.5 instead of the recommended 1 degree. What is however evident in this study is that stepwise cooling is very important. Stepwise cooling was not done in this trial. I want to acknowledge the ARC and Woodcroft Science for their funding and my 3 technical assistants in the lab. Thank you.